Namaste, dear students. I am Tumpuri Shrivani, working as a teacher in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavans, BHL, Arsipuram, Hyderabad. I am here in front of you to discuss the procedure of making a story map. Story map is nothing but a visual organizer which helps you to organize the story in such a way so that you remember the entire content of the story. This is very important because it helps you to deal with your board exams so that you do not forget a single character or an incident from a particular story. So before I go into the story map, first I would like to discuss a brief story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And based on this story, I will show you how a mind map or a story map can be created. So quickly, let me share my screen with you. Here is the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks. She went for a walk in the forest. Pretty soon it became dark. She lost her way and suddenly she came upon a house. She knocked, and when no one answered, she walked right in. At the table in the kitchen, there were three bowls of porridge. Goldilocks was hungry. She tasted the porridge from the first bowl. So, children, as you can see here, uh, there's a little girl whose name is Goldilocks. She goes out into a forest for a walk, and suddenly it becomes dark. She loses her way, so she just wanders around and comes across a house. She knocks at the door, but when no one answers, she quickly walks into the house. There, she finds on a table served three bowls of porridge. Porridge is nothing but food that can be eaten. And since Goldilocks is very hungry, she decides to taste porridge from the first bowl. So let's see, let's continue. This porridge is too hot, she exclaimed. So she tasted the porridge from the second bowl. This porridge is too cold, she said. So she tasted the last bowl of porridge. Ah, this porridge is just right, she said happily and ate all of it up. After she had eaten the breakfast of the baby bear, she decided she was feeling a little tired. So, what did she do? She first tasted the first bowl of porridge. She found it to be very hot. Then she tasted the second bowl and she found it to be too cold. And then she tasted the last bowl of porridge that belonged to a baby bear and she felt it was just right for her to be eaten. So she eats away the entire porridge from the baby bear's bowl. And then she starts feeling very tired because her stomach is full. So she walked into the living room where she saw three chairs. Goldilocks sat in the first chair to rest. This chair is too big, she exclaimed. So she sat in the second chair and felt uncomfortable. She tried the last and smallest chair. Ah, this chair is just right, she sighed. But just as she settled down into the chair to rest, it broke into pieces. So when Goldilocks decided to rest on the chairs, on the first chair when she sits, she found it to be uh, very uncomfortable. All right. Sorry, the first chair, she feels it to be very big. The second chair, she finds it to be very uncomfortable. Finally, the last chair, when she sits upon it, the chair actually breaks into pieces. So, what does she do? Goldilocks was very tired by this time. She went upstairs to the bedroom. She lay down in the first bed, but it was too hard. Then she lay in the second bed, but it was too soft. Then she lay down in the baby bear's bed, and it was just right. And Goldilocks fell asleep. So now she finally she went into the bedroom. There she found three beds. When she goes to the first bed, she finds it to be very hard. The second bed is very soft, and the baby bear's bed she finds to be the most comfortable one, and she falls asleep in that bed. As she was sleeping, the three bears came home. Someone's been eating my porridge, growled the papa bear. Someone's been eating my porridge, said the mama bear. Someone's been eating my porridge and they ate it all up, cried the baby bear. So, what happened late in the evening or in the night? This family of bears returned home and the papa bear found that his porridge was tasted by somebody. And mama bear also felt that her porridge was eaten by somebody. Finally, the baby bear starts crying, saying that her entire porridge is eaten away by someone. And then they go and look at the chairs. Someone's been sitting in my chair, growled the papa bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said the mama bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair and they have broken it to pieces, cried the baby bear. So they found that the baby bear's chair was broken. They decided to look around some more. And when they got upstairs to the bedroom, Papa Bear growled, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." "Someone's been sleeping in my bed too," said the Mama Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still there," exclaimed the baby bear. So finally, this family of bears discovered Goldilocks sleeping in the baby bear's bed. Just then, Goldilocks woke up. She saw the three bears.
She screamed, "Help!" and she jumped up and ran out of the room. Goldilocks ran down the stairs, opened the door, and ran away into the forest. She never returned to the home of the three bears. So finally, what happened? Goldilocks was discovered. So immediately, she jumped out of her bed. She screamed when she looked at the three bears. She ran downstairs, quickly opened the door, and ran into the forest and saved her life. And she never ever returned to this home of three bears. So this is a very brief story. Why I discuss this story, so that you can understand how a mind map can be created or a story map can be created. Now quickly look at this. Let us look at this, children. Story map is a graphic organizer which shows the most important parts of a story, like characters, setting, and plot events. Usually these organizers are used before we begin a story. So this is how you can write a
story map. See, in the first box, you can actually write down the characters. The people or the creatures that are there in the stories can be listed. Then setting. Setting is the most important thing in a story, right? The place where a particular situation happened. That could be a forest or at your home or at your school or a movie theater. Okay. So setting talks about the place where a particular situation happened. And time. Time also talks about the time of action. Then you have the problem. What is the problem
that is faced by the protagonist
or the main character of the story is struggling with? Okay. Then you have plot. Plot is nothing but it's a series of events of a story. So the entire series from beginning to the end comes into the category of the plot. So in the beginning of the story, you can see beginning of the story is the characters, the setting, and the problem. Then in the middle of the story, you have to describe what are the incidents that happen, or you can describe what happens before the problem is solved. All right. Then you have end or the climax, end or resolution. What happened finally? How did the characters overcome the challenges? So if you remember this, it is very easy for you to remember a story. So let us quickly see the graphic or the story map using the story of Goldilocks and the three bears. See, now based on the story of Goldilocks, let us write the graphic organizer. So who are the characters in this story? Goldilocks and three bears. Okay. Then setting. Where is the setting? It is in a forest. And which time of the day? It is in the evening. What is the problem? There are two problems here, children. That Goldilocks is lost Okay, you can say Goldilocks is lost in the forest, and she breaks into the house. Okay, she wanders around and she finds a house and she breaks into the house. This is the problem of Goldilocks. Then what is in the middle of the story? In the middle of the story is the narration of all the events. Goldilocks eats the baby bear's porridge. Then Goldilocks sits on the baby bear's chair and breaks it. And Goldilocks falls asleep on the baby bear's bed and is discovered by the bear's family. So this is the entire series of events that takes place in this story. That falls under the category of middle of the story. Then finally you come to the end or the resolution or the climax where this particular problem is resolved. How is the problem resolved? Goldilocks jumps out of her bed and leaves the bear's home and runs away. So Goldilocks, what does she do? She saves her life, she leaves the home and she runs away. She never returns to the bear's house again. So this becomes the end or the resolution or the solving of her problem. All right. So with this kind of graphic organizers, you can build n number of graphic organizers for any stories that you have. So you can pick a story from your book First Flight, and you can create such kind of graphic organizers where you list out the characters, the setting, the problem that is faced by the protagonist, then what are the series of events that happen, and how is the problem finally resolved. Now if you cultivate the habit of writing such mind maps or story maps, I guarantee you that you can never ever forget a story in your lifetime. And it will help you even when you go to your board exam. Just before the exam, if you see all the graphic organizers that you create for every story, it will help you with your revisions, and it will also help you to score very high marks in the exam because you will not forget a single point. So I come to an end of this class, children. Thank you and all the best.